All right, so I glued, probably may not be able to really see it. I glued a clear patch because it was pretty close to the white and the blue and yellow. So I just did clear so you don't even have to like worry about the way it looks. But put that over where I had kind of a little bit of a, and I think there might be one on the opposite side. No, here's something else. Hold on. It is. One right here. Let's see, I'll move the camera down. And I was kind of hearing that without having to put the soap on it. Sometimes I can just kind of hear it. On these hoods, like where the seam that we glue goes over the factory seams, this is pretty common where it'll sometimes leak because it's got kind of a bump there. So a lot of times when I'm doing the seams, if I go over one of these factory seams, what I'll do is I'll take I'll usually use the red needle. It's even smaller than the blue, and then just kind of go and see if I can poke it up under, and then just add like a little bit more glue because it just to kind of fill in the gap. Might have to go get a red needle. I can't quite get this. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty small. It's basically just the thickness of that seam, which is pretty tiny. So sometimes like I'll do that, then I'll kind of try to take my fingernail and sort of press it in there, since it's sort of a bump. This is super common on these beach balls when seams when the strip goes over the factory seams. Still hearing something. Where is that? Weird. It's only, yeah. It's like it's getting pinched off sometimes. Wait, I think I might see it. Hold on. And I'm actually only spotting it this time because of the gap. I can kind of see it. There's like a light yellow there. So it looks like it comes, yeah, there we go. Right to there. And then having it inflated is kind of cool because then it just sort of like pushes against it. Of course, I probably don't want to keep pushing it. I'll just grab it like this and then pinch it. But then here in a second, I'll inflate this again. I don't hear anything else. That might be everything. I guess what I could do is, since I managed to kind of see, the yellow was a a great color actually because it's so light. You can kind of sort of see through it just a little bit. I'll look and just see if I can't spot any other little light yellow spots. That's not a luxury you'll get like if you do like a darker color like black. But on these lighter colors like white or the frosty kind of clear colors, you can actually kind of see through it a little bit. But still hearing something. Again, it's only when Only when I push on it like a certain way. It sounds like it's at the top. Oh, might be, since the valve is swapped out. Let's see. What I'll usually do with this when there's a valve is I'll put it upright and fill it. That way the liquid comes all the way up to the rim, and you can kind of see. Well, sort of. I can't really exactly see where it is. I might just have to kind of try a couple spots. I think it's kind of the same thing here. It's where the factory seams are kind of bumped up. So what I might need to do is just kind of figure that might be where it is and see if I can't get my needle like right up under where these factory seams are. Yeah, those things are always a pain in the butt to deal with whenever there's a factory seam that you're kind of going over. But I basically just kind of plan on it leaking, and then I'll just kind of go back and check those spots with a small needle and see if I can't inject some glue. Because I've had to fix enough of my own. It's like, well, let's just go ahead and plan on this thing leaking, because it has so many times on me in the past, and then I'll do that even before I go to test it, and then inevitably it'll actually end up not leaking, because I'm kind of fixing it before I even test it. Not always, but definitely it kind of cuts down on it. All right, let's see if I got it. Let's kind of put some more. It looked like most of it was glued pretty well, like all the way around. It was just kind of that one spot. No, I guess maybe there is one more over here on this side. Looks pretty good. All right. So now, let's see. If I push down, do I hear anything? A little bit right there where I just glued it. Come on. Maybe didn't get quite enough glue up under there. And the tricky thing right here is like there's a bunch of different layers of material too. Oh yeah. I think there's kind of air kind of getting in between some of these layers. So I can get my needle kind of back over here. I'm going to just sort of try to fill this with glue up under here. I'm not hearing anything. And I will check the breathing tube real good. Sometimes I have to kind of put my finger down in there to plug the hole and then let it fill that up with water. But I think your breathing tube looks good. I can check the inside, but honestly, like, I'll bet we have this pretty good. I'm willing to gamble that we got all the holes. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and just blow this up overnight and see if it holds air. And I bet it will. I'll let you know.